Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel about narcissistic abuse recovery. I Today I'm going to talk about my last topic was about forgiveness, making peace, coming to terms with narcissistic abuse in your childhood, growing up with it when your parent is a narcissist. This video I am dedicating to overcoming a romantic relationship with a narcissist. I went through both unfortunate experiences, and my healing journeys have been entirely different. So they definitely warrant separate videos. In terms of, my parents, that's a separate issue. That's like ongoing misery. But with the romantic relationship, it's because of my toxic upbringing that I gravitated to a toxic partner romantic relationship with a narcissist. It's what I knew. It felt comfortable. I was with my husband in college, and he truly, genuinely, authentically showed me what unconditional love was. And I was over the moon with him like freshman year. And then sophomore year, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I got uncomfortable because I wasn't ready for it. I was not equipped for genuine, authentic, unconditional love. And this was like, I don't know, I guess it was like 15 years ago that I went through this breakup with the narc. And he totally ghosted me, totally discarded me, dumped me. And ultimately, best thing he ever did for me, ever. I truly do believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And I'm so, so thankful. So, that being said, wherever you are right now in terms of overcoming this romantic breakup, whether you were married, whether you were dating, I, in my instance, was engaged to this creep, but wherever you are, just know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And maybe this jerk was just a placeholder, male, female, whatever they were just a placeholder. They were taking up your time because you are going to be with your soulmate, the true love of your life, at the exact time that you need to be. So, my husband, for example, was overseas in the Marines, and I don't know, who knows what would have happened if we stayed together in college. So, I do believe with my heart that everything happens for a reason in perfect timing. In terms of the discard from this jerk, he totally ghosted me. We were actually living together at the time, and he just stopped speaking to me, stopped taking my calls. It was the strangest thing ever. We had gone on vacation together, stopped speaking to me on vacation. Like, it's so bizarre. I can't even, like, if I put myself back in that position, I don't even know how it went down, but that's what happened. I ended up moving back home to the toxic, narcissistic nest. And I was staying there. And in the meantime, he took all of my things and threw them into the living room for me to come pick them up when I finally did. So that was that. But in terms of my healing, I got to a place where I was so just exhausted from it all. And no doubt you have been exhausted as well. You just get so depleted and worn down from this type of volatility, and it's so taxing, agonizing to try to hold a relationship with this person because they are so demanding and they crazy make you. They're dismissive, they're invalidating you, they are cutting you down the whole time. It's terrible. It's a terrible relationship to be in. So hopefully not hopefully, it's a terrible way to have to feel. It's a terrible spot to get in. but you've probably gotten exhausted from all the effort, all the work that you've been putting into this relationship. But the reason why you have been the one putting in all the work is because you're the only one that is capable of genuine, authentic affinity for another human being. You're the only one that is capable of giving true love, receiving true love. Narcissistic people are not capable of having genuine connections with other human beings. They are so broken and devoid inside. They don't even love themselves. You've heard the phrase, like, you have to love yourself before you love anyone else. They will never love themselves. They are absolutely overcompensating for their lack of self, their lack of, self-confidence, anything positive. They just have a horrific self-perception. So their narcissistic persona is like overcompensating. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. So their whole life entails protecting this facade and trying to forward this, elaborate construct of a personality that they're putting out there to the world. It's very sad when you think about it. So, in terms of my recovery from that relationship, narcissistic abuse was not known back then. I have my graduate degree in psychology. I learned about narcissistic personality disorder, but you truly don't appreciate how destructive and damaging it is to be involved with one of these people until you live it. Like, there was nothing in the textbooks about how harmful they are to other people. All it was briefly it's a cluster B personality disorder. Grandiose, like, what did they call it? Like it's like the excessive narcissism, histrionic, borderline, like, they're all cluster B personality disorders. So you don't appreciate how harmful it is to be involved with one of these people until you live it. So I did not know that that's what I was dealing with, but I went to Barnes & Noble. I immersed myself in relationship self-help books, found a ton of books about controlling people, emotional abuse. Like, the silent treatment is absolutely a form of control and emotional abuse, and narcissists use this often. I mean, that was how he dumped me, was the silent treatment. So they control you using that tactic. It's very juvenile, very immature, but it's like they don't want to hear what you have to say because they have no legitimate factual evidence to support their actions. So they just want to dismiss you. And they also, at the same time, they put you on the defensive, like, what did I do? Like, why am I being shut out like this? They put you on the defensive. They also retreat to their juvenile tactics. What I did was I immersed myself in reading. And in hindsight, I still have some of these publications. And they are all, applicable to narcissists. It's like the only thing missing is the label narcissistic personality disorder, but it absolutely describes all of their characteristics. But rest assured, so the narcissist that that you thought you were in a relationship with, when you sit back and you think about it, you were the one putting in all the work. When you can separate yourself from the situation, you realize that this person is incapable of making a genuine connection. When you think about all of their behaviors throughout the relationship, everything they did was to bolster themselves, was to portray themselves in a certain way, to look the way they want to be perceived by the outside world. It wasn't about you. Everything's about them. The other thing is that think about how sad they are. They're incapable of making genuine, true, authentic, loving connections with anyone. So absolutely, they will move on to someone immediately following your split. If they didn't do it already, like when you were together, like no doubt mine was, it was when social media started coming out. Like it was called MySpace or something at the time. He was all over that. And I think that's why I have such an aversion to social media. But they love social media because think about it, it's everything that you want the outside world to see you as. So they do that. So they've probably undoubtedly moved on to someone else before they even split with you. And they do that because they want to say, see, it's not me. It must be her or it must be him because I'm a hot commodity. Somebody else wants to be with me. So it can't be me. There's nothing wrong with me. It's her, it's them. But the funny thing is, the discarded partner, the non-narcissistic partner, is the one that will take the time to heal, to genuinely reflect on your life, on how to better yourself, how to better your life. And when you do meet someone, you will make a genuine connection and it will be meaningful and everything that the narcissist isn't capable of. So rest assured that will happen. It's quantity or it's quality, not quantity. And the narcissist goes for quantity. They just revolving door. They will just always seek to have someone filling that spot. So to make them look like a decent human being in spite of the fact that they are not, they're everything but that, they're not capable of it. So the other thing, if you are married to a narc, maybe you have children together, children are never a mistake, ever, ever, ever. So you have these beautiful children, a beautiful child, because of this wicked person. So they served their purpose. Now you need to focus on protecting yourself and protecting your child from this toxicity, from this narcissist, this wicked person. I do believe, like I said, I'll say it over and over ad nauseum, everything happens for a reason. Life happens for us, not to us. So you were meant to have that child, those children, love them, protect yourself as well. Don't forget to do that. So in terms of forgiveness or making peace with the situation, no one can tell you when, how, what it looks like. You might have feelings of anger, resentment, hostility. See, I'm at the place where I am married to my soulmate. We have children. We are blessed beyond measure. And I would not be here if that jerk didn't discard me. Who knows what life would have looked like. So I am very much at peace with the situation. I guess you could say I forgive him. I mean, he was a piece of shit then, he's a piece of shit now. He is married now, I think he has children, all of that. I just thank God that I am not involved. I thank God that I have no ties to him. I have no involvement with him whatsoever. So in terms of forgiving him, I don't know. But I could find pity in the fact that he is such a broken, sad, sorry individual that will never know this authentic type of love and happiness that I know. So I hope that gives you guys some type of comfort, some type of resolution. But you take however long you need to get to a better place. Don't ever let anyone tell you you need to do A, B, and C, or you need to do it in this amount of time. You're the only one exposed to the type of trauma and abuse. You're the one that lived it. So take your time. That's it. That's kind of my message in regard to overcoming narcissistic abuse from a partner. It's very different than narcissistic abuse from your parents, but ultimately the message is you take your time, you take baby steps, you most importantly, prioritize yourself and heal yourself. All right, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. Please like, please subscribe. I wish you all the best with all my heart. Like I said, I genuinely love you all. You're more of a family than I ever had growing up. So we got this.